I'm Matt.
I'm Shane.
And if you like what you hear, make sure you hit that thumbs up button real hard, and make sure you subscribe to Comic Movie Marks.
And also click that little bell for all of the notifications.
Whee!
Always remember,
if Trailer Trash can do it,
anyone can do it.
It's so awesome, man. I'm so excited. It was like, it called me up and said, do you want to do this? And I thought, well, you know, I'm like 25, man. Are you sure about this? They said, come down, we want to show you what we're doing. And it was incredible. Zach Snyder's directing it. He's this incredible take on it. That's like, obviously, you can't do what Chris and Christian did. Those movies are amazing. And so he wants to do something different, but still in keeping with that. And so I had the like, I thought, this is a brilliant way to do this, and I really know how to hook into this. And
things that I liked about this character was that he was kind of a fighter in the 12th round. You know, that he was a guy at the, you know, maybe a little bit waiting for to be saved by the bell, and that he had been through the ringer. And usually when we see these heroes, they're in their origins, discovering their powers, you know, just taking on the world. They're typically, you know, in their 20s, and they're just starting out. And so it's an interesting thing to start almost at the end of a career, you know, and look back, and the audience has seen my character's backstory, in effect, because they've seen all these movies and they know what Batman's kind of done during all this time. So that was an interesting thing to have, you know, in your pocket, to have the audience have seen so much of your backstory. And
hello and welcome everyone to another Comic Movie Marks video.
A lot of news coming out of the DC and Snyder camp this week. We have Ben Affleck is officially out as Batman in the DC universe. If you would like to donate to Ben Affleck, just 10 cents a day, you could possibly buy out his contract. Oh, man.
Oh, just for a price of a cup of coffee.
You can help Ben Affleck possibly return as Batman.
Or we get Shane in the Batman costume and have him go do it.
Sure.
Be the second shortest Batman. All right. Anyway.
Fuck you. I think I'm taller than Keaton. Wasn't he the shortest one?
Yeah, that's why he says second shortest Batman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Listen.
All right. Sorry, my bad.
See?
Thank you. Carry on.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm sure he wears lifts. He's taller than you. Anyway. So the Deadline reports the Batman to fly in... Why fly? Anyway. Isn't that a Superman thing? Anyway. The Batman to fly in summer 2021. Ben Affleck passes the torch to the next generation of Bruce Wayne. So this is a very skimpy, very, on the surface, really kind of pathetic little exclusive. It's very simplistic, and there's not really much to it. It's literally like 2 paragraphs, and that's it. That is it. And it really doesn't have that much information in it other than the first paragraph. Warner Brothers is dating their next rendition of Batman for June 25th of 2021. This is the one that Matt Reeves has been attached to as a writer and director. Ben Affleck, we hear, will not be donning the Dark Knight's tights after playing the Caped Crusader in Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, Suicide Squad, and Justice League. And that's because the movie will focus on a younger Bruce Wayne.
Same old shit, different day.
So that's all we got. And on the surface level, when this thing was first put out, okay, here they go again. They're bored. They're starting up the new shit again. Here's the wiki sticky chicky part. Then Ben Affleck actually retweets this article saying excited for hashtag the Batman in summer of 2021 and to see Matt Reeves, at Matt Reeves, vision come to life.
What the fuck just happened?
That can be interpreted, you know, a couple different ways. There's a lot of rumors swirling as far as, oh, well, he still has one more movie left in his contract. But it pretty much does kind of say, like, you know, yep, I'm out, but I'm still excited for what Matt Reeves is going to put together. He doesn't flat out say, I'm no longer Batman, but it could be interpreted a couple different ways.
I mean, when you retweet the article that says you will not be donning the tights of the Dark Knight anymore, that you will not be playing Batman anymore, kind of feels like, okay, he's not playing Batman before. And I've seen people try to switch this around. Okay, that means he's going to still play Bruce Wayne. He could still do the older Batman and flashback to a younger Batman. It could just be him as Bruce Wayne. Then he wouldn't retweet this. Then if that was the case, it feels to me, when I read this, it sounded like a defeated person that was just like, all right, here it is. After all this shit for the last, what, 3 years now? This shit's been going on after Batman v Superman, that he was out as Batman, he was in, he's out, he's in, he's out. This sounded like the bell of defeat, or the tweet of defeat. It actually rhymes.
Oh God.
Hashtag the tweet of defeat. I don't know. That's how I read it. And when you're retweeting the article, it says you're no longer playing Batman. It seems like to me you're no longer playing Batman.
Yeah.
The one movie left on his contract, that could be very well possibly true. I don't doubt that. I guess some people keep repeating that, but that doesn't mean Warner Brothers has to use him. It's Warner Brothers' choice to either use that one movie left or not.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the same thing with Henry Cavill too, is that he's got one movie, and if they don't want to use him in another movie again, they don't have to. It's not a guarantee on his part that he's going to be in these many movies. It's a guarantee on their part that if we want your ass in these next 3 movies, your ass is going to be in these next 3 movies.
So you know I ain't worried, biatch.
I think for me, the biggest thing that I guess I wish would have solidified this a little bit, and maybe I'm just slightly optimistic, but I wish Ben Affleck would have said something along the lines of, thank you for the opportunity for these past 2 films, or thank you fans, excited for the Batman in summer 2021 to see Matt Reeves' vision come to life. You know, something that really just seals the deal and says, yeah, I'm out.
Yeah, another rhyme.
Seals the deal.
Hashtag seal the deal.
It feels like he's out, and I can't help but to think the moniker of the DC universe of fucking Warner Brothers at this point is just the universe of missed opportunities. We basically saw one good movie with Ben Affleck in it, one good Batman movie, and it was fucking great. All the shit that came out of like, oh, Ben Affleck, he's Daredevil, he can't play Batman, and then fucking he blows you away with that performance. And then we're left with Justice League, so that doesn't even get quite closed like it should. And now, you know, here we are. We'll never see Ben Affleck. At least if this is it. If that tweet sealed the deal, it was the tweet of defeat. He's moving on. We'll never see Ben Affleck and Jared Leto. We'll never see Ben Affleck and Joe Manganiello as Deathstroke. You know, Legion of Doom, like all this stuff. Like it's just going into a completely different direction. And I do understand to an extent, Snyder kind of, by casting an older veteran Batman, Snyder kind of left it up to, well, he's going to be only in a couple movies. But I still think there's so much more left to be explored. There was a direction that this could have gone, and then maybe eventually spun out into another Batman where Ben Affleck is just Bruce Wayne. You know, where it's Batman Beyond, and people are like fan casting different things. I guess there is going to be a Batman Beyond animated movie coming out as kind of in response to Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. That's the only thing I can think of is, wow, just yet again another missed opportunity by Warner Brothers.
Wasted potential.
Yeah.
Absolutely wasted potential. You know, after Batman v Superman's response, they obviously put a lot of pressure on the fact that they wanted a Batman movie out of it as well. And I don't think that's what originally Affleck wanted to sign up for. You see what he's saying there with Jimmy Fallon in that video that we put up in the beginning. He's been told this epic plan that's obviously before a Batman solo movie, before Matt Reeves ever got on or anything like that. And he's been told this epic plan by Snyder. And as things have leaked out overall, we know that eventually there was supposed to be this big hurrah. That, you know, he was going to sacrifice himself, whether it was going to be permanent or not, or he's going to come back through some time travel shit. Who the fuck knows? But at some point, this Batman was supposed to be an older Batman that had completely gone off the rails and was supposed to find himself and redeem himself throughout the future movies. And then he would sacrifice himself by presumably near the end of whatever this 5-arc movie that Snyder was going to do. And I think that's what he signed up for. But then when they wanted a solo movie with him directing and writing and all that stuff, and then they brought Matt Reeves on, it just probably wasn't the narrative that he wanted. And it's not how he saw his Batman ending or going. Unfortunately, it's wasted potential. The potential, though, lost on this. You know, we had the death in the family, Easter egg, all the different little aspects that we were going to have in this. And Wayne Manor being the Hall of Justice. I mean, there is this whole cosmic build to this. Like, it just is going to encompass so much. And that's what he signed up for. He didn't sign up for, you know, doing solo Batman movies and shit. That's not what he wanted to do. And I think that was the ultimate fight between him and Warner Brothers. And, I mean, look what they did to Snyder. Look what they've done to other individuals. Why would he want to stick around for that?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe he'll join Snyder on his zombie movie.
That'd be fantastic.
Again, when it comes to that one movie contract, you know, he's got one movie left. If Warner Brothers doesn't want to use him, there is no obligation to use it. I mean, if you look back at Hugo Weaving for Red Skull, he signed up for a multi-film deal. Well, he only did one. And they didn't even bother to bring him back for Infinity War because he didn't like the character. Like, there's no point to bring him back. Or they're going to use him as a very brief cameo.
If this Batman from the Batman movie is in the same universe and, you know, maybe there's, I don't know, a flash forward or something, or somehow, a cameo of Ben Affleck's Batman, of Batfleck, I think that would be fucking awesome, and at least kind of acknowledge, all that stuff did still happen, which is still kind of up in the air of, these are part of the same universe, just shitty and strung together so poorly right now. So it's kind of like, this could just be back to its own thing, which we got that so recent. It was, 14 years ago that Batman Begins came out, roughly. But still, like, why can't we venture into something that's a little bit more unique, like an older Batman? Why do we have to go back to a younger Batman and retell that story? So our good friend Mike, who's probably the biggest Batman fan, not probably, he's the biggest Batman fan at least that we know.
He bought a bat suit.
Yes.
From a weirdo in California.
and named his son Knight. So if that tells you anything. I asked, just kind of what he thought about the whole thing, if he had any comments. And he said, I feel that he was Batman. It's going to be hard to replace him, but I understand it's hard to tell stories about a younger Batman with someone who is closer to 50. If they do continue the Justice League story, they need Ben, so I hope it's not the end of his Batman career, just postponed for now. They need to explain the Robin suit, how Joker got to who he is now, and how Batman became the asshole he is. So, just kind of elaborating a little bit more on what we were talking about with, a lot of missed opportunities, like what Joker with, he got all his teeth punched out, and there's a lot of things David Ayer had talked about, wanting to incorporate some different things with Batman and how he envisioned Joker and kind of their dynamic, and a lot of it's untold, and like Matt said, the death in the family, the Robin suit, there are some Easter eggs, or some Robin eggs is our poor joke that we've overused in Suicide Squad, as well as obviously in Batman v Superman, of Robin dying, and where was this supposed to go. We had Zack Snyder talking about it on Vero, so just a lot of wasted potential of something that could have really been unique. And it seems like Warner Brothers, as we had talked about in a previous video, is going the safe route of, no, let's just do another trilogy with Batman and call it good.
Yep. Hashtag tweet of defeat. In case I don't see you.
Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
I just don't use the internet for a couple of days. And I said, I handle
I'm there you go. I'm tough.
Yeah, I'm very tough.
Boston,
so I saw the announcement. I look on this thing. I look down the first comment. Yeah. It's like, Ben Affleck's going to be Batman. The first one just goes, no!
congratulations, you made it to the end of the video. You're one of very few to make it to the end.
Yes, thank you very much.
Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to Comic Movie Marks Podcast and hit the notification bell. You know, all these fucking YouTube channels say this shit, so I'm going to say it now.
Yes, it's perfect. And if you want to hear our full podcast, you can check out our podcast on iTunes or any other podcast subscription service.
Make sure you subscribe. Thanks again.